Warning, this podcast contains spoilers.
Is serving this country. Adamantium has turned us against each other. We can't let this get into the wrong hands. The country's on the brink of war. Make sure the suit's ready.
Let's go!
How the hell did he just do that?
Really? You must be new.
I bet you break easy. Not that easy.
Nobody saw that.
Hello. This is Adolf, and I have with me Classic Jake.
Howdy, folks.
And Jacob.
Hi, everybody.
And today we're doing the Spoilercast for Captain America Brave New World. And I haven't had time to actually talk to you about this movie on air before, so I don't know your viewpoints, but I'll give y'all an opportunity to say it. I am positive on this movie. I actually really liked it. But I'll go around and see what you guys think. Classic Jake, what are your thoughts on this movie? Let's just kind of give an overview, and we'll get into the spoilers after.
It was fine. I mean, it's a mess. I mean, you can tell that this was cobbled together with lots of reshoots.
Oh, yeah.
It was, I would call it Russo Brothers light. Really light. It was more of a Hulk sequel than it was a Captain America sequel. I pity anybody who hadn't seen the Falcon and the Winter Soldier making sense of this.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically it's a Hulk movie without the Hulk. And a Captain America movie with the Falcon.
Okay, so what score would you give it?
7.
Okay. I guess you still kind of agree with me, though, because that's what the score I gave it.
Yeah, I said it was okay.
All right. Jacob, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, similar sentiments. Yeah, you could easily tell this was like a ton of reshoots, and they were just pasting together. You could see the staples on the screen in certain spots of where they cobbled it together. It felt too much like a sort of a remake of the Winter Soldier movie, which I'm one of those people who don't care for that movie that much. But I mean, it's a fine movie. It's fine. It didn't need to happen, really. And so, some of the plot points were recycled from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV show with, like, I don't think I should be Captain America, and they're doing that spiel again. And I'm like, why? Why are you still having self-doubts after 4 years of being Captain America, dude?
Okay. Yep. So what score do you give it?
It's still one of the better post-Endgame films. I'm with the ingredients. It's a solid 7 out of 10.
Okay. I thought you guys were like a 6 for this, but I guess you warmed up to it a little bit more in time.
I mean, compared to Ant-Man and the Wasp and some of the other Marvel garbage that's been out, it's one of the better films. It's better than Eternals.
Okay. All right. I guess we all kind of like it then. We're all positive to it. I mean, I feel like I like it more than you guys, but I don't necessarily want to give it a higher score than y'all. So I think we all kind of, feel like it's a flawed movie, but not terrible. It isn't. I don't think it deserves the hate that's been getting online.
No. I mean, it's just there's some redundancies there, and they could have. I mean, why did the film need 5 writers? Why did there need to be 6 months of reshoots?
Yeah, 20. I mean, at least 20, 25 minutes of the movie is exposition, and a lot of it is repeat exposition.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and
go ahead. Bucky, where in the hell did his storyline? It just came out of nowhere that he's running for Congress.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
that tied to Thunderbolts, like, does he lose the congressman race? Is he a congressman in that? Like, shouldn't there be a law if he's like 100 some years old? Technically, should he not be at
Mm-hmm.
least a former Hydra agent? Like, should he be running for office? He's
Uh-huh.
a former criminal as well, but I guess with Trump in the office.
And when they train Black Widows, I thought there was a minimum height requirement.
Oh God. Instead, Sable is a very not loved character at all, and they still included the character in the film. I don't know why. A very controversial character.
And that it was like she's like the shortest actress in this. I mean, everybody looked like they were 8 feet tall. Next door.
All right, Jacob, do you want to do like a summary of what happened in the plot?
Oh boy. Okay, so if you've seen The Winter Soldier, it's essentially the same thing. No, I'll go more in depth. So it's been a few years since Sam Wilson has taken the mantle of not the Winter Soldier, Captain America. Captain America. He's deployed to Mexico in this film to try to stop this arms deal from going down with this mysterious cylinder thing, and they successfully get it, but it seems like it was too easy, like they wanted to be caught. And in the meantime, they go back to DC, where Thunderbolt Ross has become president, controversially, and they get invited to the White House a few months after he's taken office, and they're showing this display of they're finally tying in the Eternals thread with the Celestial Islands, and they're wanting to pass a treaty so they can get this new element that they've discovered called adamantium. And something happens with one of the older super soldiers from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier that causes several people to attempt to take the president's life with mind control. And so Captain America has to kind of go off the grid and try to figure out what's going on. That's what I remember. I kind of forgot what happened in the movie almost.
Okay. There is more, a little more with they're trying to fight for the island of what is the creature, what used to be. Yeah, and that it's adamantium.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the U.S. is seeing this as, we don't need vibranium anymore. We got this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's basically the sum up. And I actually really like the action sequences in this movie. I thought it was actually really well done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's not choppy or edited. It's not all handheld camera work.
And I actually do like Harrison Ford in this. I know you kind of commented before that you don't like it, but I did.
Yeah. I liked his performance.
Okay.
His performance was fine. I mean, I think everybody wishes it was William Hurt still, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
He actually kind of tried. I mean, Harrison Ford is kind of famous for just showing up and reading his lines and leaving.
I mean, if he was half-assing it, I mean, that's the best half-ass I've ever seen.
Yeah, exactly.
He's selling it.
And I actually do like the transformation into Hulk eventually. Into the Red Hulk.
I wish they didn't spoil it in the trailers with a whole marketing campaign.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed, even though she is short and she doesn't look very athletic either, I did kind of like her. you're right. It does. It is jarring because she really doesn't seem like she could be a badass, assassin, But fine, whatever.
And then all of a sudden she shows up, and then she has a Black Widow outfit, and I'm like, okay.
I mean, they did say like she's a former Black Widow, and I was just kind of wondering what Thunderbolt Ross's thought process of hiring her as personal security if she's a Black Widow, because he hunted down Black Widow in the Black Widow movie.
Yeah. I mean, you can tell this movie was a kind of a casualty of the pandemic and the strikes.
Yeah, I would say more strikes than pandemic. It was
and Bob Chapek.
Yeah.
I did think that some of the story was really kind of spoon fed to you in a lot of exposition dumps.
Exposition. Yep. Yeah, this was exposition the movie.
I think they had to do it to make sure that people that haven't watched the show can kind of understand who these characters are, but it was a lot.
I mean, that stems with the bigger problem with Disney just churning out so much product of MCU that they're connecting so much to, instead of letting these films kind of, they can link up to the universe, but also have some individuality, let them stand on their own,
Yeah, like a lot of this stuff in this movie should have been it should have been in Marvel movies a decade ago.
Yeah.
At least. I mean, the whole thing with the leader and
the whole
let's not even get into the makeup.
You don't like the ball head testicles?
Oh God, it looked like a Temu version of Mars Attacks.
I thought it looked better than Hector Hammond from the Green Lantern movie, which sort of was going for the similar thing. But
I know it. They should have went with the initial art that they showed for the leader. It was pretty comic accurate, and it looked good.
Yeah,
just looked terrible. It looked like he had on a rubber Halloween mask.
I mean, I've seen worse, but
but not in a Marvel movie.
Yeah, and a lot of the green screen stuff kind of stood out, especially at the climax with the dogwood trees or whatever, or cherry blossoms.
Yep.
Yeah, that was like,
and in the raft, you can tell they superimposed Betty Ross on top, on top of another character to just recycle the scene. I mean, geez. This was the most what they spent $250 million to make a movie that looks one step above The Asylum.
Well, the film actually reportedly only had $180 million budget, and I say only in quotes. That's still
I know, but the lighting. I mean, this had just generic lighting most of the time, and
I would say that's also part due to the reshoots. They're just like, okay, we got several months, but they're still in a row. Gotta get the effects.
Yeah. This is one of these movies I just predict in several years from now we're going to see another cut of.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, I think I could see that.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I think this is going to be one of those that somebody decides to try to rescue from obscurity so we can find out why they changed. I mean, because some of the stories I've heard, they changed the girl into the widow character because they were worried how people would view there being an Israeli.
Yeah.
And of course the name change.
Really...
Yeah. And the name change. I don't know how many people realize A Brave New World has always been a sarcastic phrase.
No. Because it was New World Order.
Yeah, which was the thing. The first Bush was talking about and it did not go down well when he said it.
For Spoilercast, we usually go into more depth, but I don't really feel like we need more information.
Well, it is Russo Brother Light.
Yeah.
Jacob, what were you saying?
There's not really much to spoil. I mean, the big spoiler was Red Hulk, and he was already in the marketing.
Mm-hmm. And the leader.
Yeah.
And hell, when we see Betty Ross, and it's like, like I said, this is stuff that should have been dealt with if they were going to revisit it, they should have revisited it a long time ago.
Yeah. But yeah, this should have been called Captain America 4, The Incredible Hulk 2, Eternals Part .5.
Yeah. Yeah, this is one of these movies where they're trying to all the stuff that we haven't referenced in our movies, we want to reference. And that's something that Marvel's done a few times, and it's been a disaster. They need to go back to like phase 1 where they just dole out this stuff and build up towards something.
Yeah.
And they haven't, and I think that's one of the reasons that the multi-universe saga has kind of floated like a lead balloon.
Because they're not really planning it. It's just, well, Disney wants more money. What properties do we? Let's make more product.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do you think of the action scenes with the Hulk at the end, then?
Cool.
They're fine.
Okay.
And Sam Wilson really needs to take the super soldier serum.
Does one still exist?
Yeah.
Yeah, supposedly. I mean, we got exposition on it several times. I mean, the line was says Bucky is full of shit about not taking it. It was hilarious.
Oh, and some of the one-liners in this movie aren't good. Like, they spoiled that good moment with Bucky and Sam, and it's like, oh, it's going to be heartfelt, and then they do that stupid thing where they cut it up with the joke. I'm like, don't do that.
Yeah.
You had a good emotional moment there, and you ruined it with the one-liner. It's a bad one-liner. Don't do it.
Yep.
I did like the 3D in the section that was like when they're above the water and they're fighting over the island. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was cool. But it was just most of the 3D was depth-based. There should have been more pop-outs, but I guess for more of a thriller-type film, I guess it's more fitting, and the 3D really does work, but there could have been a little bit more pop-outs, especially with the little Red Wing drone-type thing that Sam has.
Mm-hmm.
I did like the dynamic with the friend character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the new Falcon, and
he was kind of a little overbearing with like some like the forced humor and just kind of constantly talking.
Yeah, with all these reshoots, everything was kind of disjointed, so there was no kind of there wasn't any flow with their interactions from scene to scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't feel too tight. It just kind of like, okay, who are these people in the army that know him? I don't remember these people at all. Okay, you know them? Sure. Okay, movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so when some of them get killed, it's like you're supposed to care. You never met these people. You don't even really remember their names 30 seconds after they were on screen. and we're supposed to put some emotional weight to it.
And you could clearly tell that Sidewinder was a reshoot edition, because almost every scene he's in, he with any other person really.
Yeah, but you have to admit his exposition with a gun was absolutely cool.
Oh yeah, but I mean
yeah,
it still stood out.
yeah.
Esposito, you know, he's like Harrison Ford. Like, he could still show up and be like, paycheck. Okay, I'm gonna give 50% effort, but it'll still be 100% cool. You know.
Exactly. All this movie did is make me more excited for Thunderbolts.
Yeah, I mean, at least that one looks like a fully functional, like, non-reshoot ridden film, and it also even made me more excited for Fantastic Four.
Yeah. I'm just thinking like Thunderbolts. It's gonna be Suicide. It's gonna be Suicide Squad hard. I mean, and David Harbour's gonna be a hoot.
It's going to be Marvel's Murder Mercs.
Yep, exactly. And we get to find out if Bucky's actually elected official or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I assume this takes place before that the timeline is not going to jump 6 months before events of Captain America, you know, but whatever.
Yeah. I just need to know in the timeline where this one lies. Like, it's clearly post Snap, because it's like 5 years past. So does that make this 2026 or when?
Yeah. What other things you want to throw out there? So the leader, he could have probabilities of things, but then I was
most of his predictions are wrong.
Yeah. So it didn't seem like, leader wasn't as smart as he thinks he is.
Yeah, there's an 89% probability you wouldn't come here, but look what you did. You came back. It's like, what?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like going, well, that's why your brain doesn't grow upward. It just kind of bubbled.
Yeah. It became tightly coiled.
Yeah.
Well, say what you will, Tim Blake Nelson, yet again, another great character actor who
yeah, exactly,
gives really good performance.
Yeah, he sold it, even though he looked ridiculous.
I'm sure that wasn't practical makeup. I'm sure he had to probably wear either shave his head or wear a bald cap and then just have dots put on there, and it's like, okay, CGI everything.
Yeah, like Harrison Ford probably mostly was.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm really struggling to have more out of this Spoilercast. Usually we have more, and I don't know what else to add.
I think part of it is we waited so long.
It's only been 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's a long time.
I mean, for a film that doesn't have a lot to stand out on, it is a long time to remember anything. I didn't watch the post-credit scene because my friend and we had to go to the bathroom really bad. So, if you want to spoil that for me, you can.
Okay, basically it was you had the leader talk about, in vague terms, about multidimensional beings out there, but it's so vague. It's like what you can interpret it as almost anything. He could be talking about the Fantastic Four, could be talking about the multiverse of madness, the Illuminati.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so vague. It's like what needed to be more pointed. And then you had a scene in the raft where Betty Ross shows up to see her dad in a cell.
I seen that. Like I seen everything to the end credit. I just didn't see the post credit scene because bathroom and I've heard like, hey, you don't have to stick around to see it.
So yeah, I think it was a pretty piss poor post credit scene. Didn't really help anything.
It looked terrible. I mean, it was so obvious. It was somebody else, and they just superimposed Liv Taylor over some other footage. It looked terrible, like the thing in Rocket Man when they had Taron Egerton's face superimposed over Elton John's music video, "I'm Still Standing."
So are we going to see the leader again? Do you want to see the leader again?
Yeah. Hopefully with better... Yeah, I want to see the leader again, hopefully with better makeup.
Yeah. Like, I want to see Harrison Ford again and Sidewinder, Sam Wilson. I want to see...
yeah, I want to see the Serpent Society proper.
Yeah.
There's some great characters in that group. Diamondback.
I think I want to see the leader be the character he really should be, and like actually have predictions and that work, and that things that make more sense to the context of the movie, and have that actually make sense. Cause probabilities, but who cares? I mean, it'll probably rain tomorrow. Oh, it's going to be 85% chance. Okay, well, probably still counts. So it's like, it's not that much smarter to say 85.7% versus probably, you know? Like, how does that really do anything to the movie? And you could see that his plans were there, but...
Yeah, I mean, he was, the leader, the one thing I will say about the character is he was justified to a point.
Yeah.
Because of what was done to him. But once he started killing people, he crossed the line and became just as bad as Ross. If not worse.
In some ways, it reminds me of Zemo, but worse. I actually like Zemo as a character.
And I was missing Zemo. Zemo really needed to be in this movie.
Yeah, Zemo and them two working together, that could be really good.
Yeah. That was some of my favorite stuff in the TV show. In fact, I highly recommend, if you haven't seen it, to find the whole, it's like almost an hour of Zemo dancing.
But still, Zemo kind of did the same kind of thing of planning things out and having all these kinds of ideas of being smart. And for that character, I think it worked. For this character, not as much.
Yeah.
What other things? I mean, it's good to... I'm happy that they finally said something will happen with the internals, for God's sakes. It's been, 5 years?
Yeah, I mean, before this, we just got a on-the-screen Crawl and She-Hulk.
I haven't seen She-Hulk yet.
I like She-Hulk.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, the Eternal, the Celestial in the Ocean should have been just mentioned in a few Marvel movies before we got to here.
Yeah,
to build up.
Yeah,
the problem. There was no build up.
And how does Deadpool and Wolverine fit in now? Because there was adamantium in that film with the claws and stuff, and how does that tie into the MCU now, since they found adamantium? Like, are they going to reboot the entirety of Wolverine with the new Wolverine? Like, what are they going to do?
Yeah,
okay. That's good. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, or has adamantium been around, but it's just the outside world now has seen this source of it.
Because it literally is a fucking face and a hand coming out of the ocean. It's not like something that is completely strange. That, okay, it's like these points or something in the ocean that you could just fly over and be like, what the hell is that? Or whatever. I don't know. Trash. It's the face and fingers. You can clearly see this coming out of the ocean. This looks, this will get worldwide attention. People are going to be like, "What the hell is that? And is it moving? Oh, it's not moving. Okay."
Yeah,
but
every social media influencer is going to try to climb onto those hands
oh
and
yeah,
on that face. Yeah, exactly.
parachute in. Let's explore this island. That absolutely would happen. Absolutely.
Exactly. And we would have lots of videos of people plunging to their doom.
And obviously, it coming out of the ocean is going to make a whole bunch of tidal waves and kill a lot of people.
Yeah, tsunami.
Yeah. Tsunamis, yeah. But yeah, same thing. Yeah. So yes, finally we got to figure out what the hell happened with this. And it's like, okay, cool. And it's like the entirety is adamantium. Shit, that is a lot.
Oh yeah.
And the adamantium,
And so are we going to get baby Wolverine? I mean, are they going to mine it and then add the to Wolverine and we get to see him from the beginning? I mean, I'm just curious.
So, kind of gross, but it kind of has to be said. So does that mean the X-Men universe, the Celestial was aborted beforehand and they found the corpse before, and that's how they were able to get adamantium into the marketplace? Gross to say, but yeah, right?
Maybe, or maybe maybe it was there all along, and just when he rose up, he brought it to the surface,
like a magnet or something. I don't know.
Because in the comics, there's a couple of sources of Antiana. There's the common stuff, and then there's the stuff in the and was it? I can't remember if it's the Arctic or Antarctica, where the hidden world is, where Khazar lives. It's been years since I've read any of this, and who knows? They'll probably change it up for the movies. But and I'm just curious. I mean, how many years ago were the X-Men announced? And we've just had this, and we've had no further. We had a end credit scene in the Marvels.
Yeah,
I forgot what happened in that end credit scene.
Yeah, I mean, it was just pretty much Kelsey Grammer is the Beast and a couple other characters.
Yeah,
we should have had a follow up.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff we should have had follow-ups on. We haven't even followed up on Shang-Chi.
Maybe in 20 years.
Yeah. But like I was saying, one of the things the Eternals missed is they should have had some of the older characters they should have had interactions with.
Yeah.
Like Captain America, Win Wu. I mean, just off the top of my head, just those two alone. A Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
But I know part of that was they were dealing with Ike Putterman and his bullshit.
And I really like Anthony Mackie as Captain America here. He's great.
Yep. Yeah, this movie's a lot better than it should be. And a lot of that is just the personalities of the actors. They cast this thing very well.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Mackie's how he presents himself. It's so good, and he just looks good fighting too. I mean, not trying to be gross sexual or anything. It just he looks good fighting. He looks like he knows how to do it, and it's more impressive that he doesn't have any super strength. It's just a man that built up and knows how to use his weapon and is strong. And it's more impressive to see it, and how he speaks and how he inspires people. That's like legit good. Legitimately well done. I kind of feel like whenever Danny Ramirez, the Joaquin character, was talking to him about being perfect, and Anthony Mackie as Sam was like, "I have to be," and I was like, I wonder if Obama was watching this. It's like, yeah, I had to be perfect because I'm the first one,
Yeah, the Jackie Robinson threat.
And I love Isaiah Bradley as Carl as the first black
Lumley.
captain. He's great. He's great here.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, and it's a pity we didn't see his his or his nephew, the one who'll probably become Patriot in the Young Avengers. He should have been.
I mean, we kind of joked, but the Hulk should have been in this movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if it was like on a phone call or something, a Skype or FaceTime or whatever.
Heck,
call.
or even Jennifer Walters coming there to represent him. So I know he's going to jail, but he does need a lawyer. Yeah,
that would have been a very natural way. I know people kind of, it's weird. That...
Or Daredevil. I mean, if you need, there's another lawyer.
Well, yeah. But having She-Hulk there could actually make sense and connect things. And She-Hulk, people have kind of, I don't know. It seems like some TV shows that are not that popular in movies are just like, okay, people didn't like it, wasn't that popular, it's not canon anymore. And it's like, well, wait a minute, can you really do that? People are just not going to canonize things because they don't like it? And it's like, I guess, but it that I know of, it's still canon.
Yeah.
So,
hey, at least we didn't get Scar. Ooh.
Other things to mention. I just, even though it felt choppy in a way, it did have a good flow, and I wasn't bored.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I gave it a 7. It didn't bore me.
Yeah.
I mean, Quantum Mania got boring in places.
It's just, it shouldn't have been Captain America. It should have been Incredible Hulk 2 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this really wasn't a Captain America movie. It was a Hulk movie without the Hulk.
Incredible Hulk and Captain America. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Red, white, and blue, and green.
Did you see that a congressperson decided that he's going to change Greenland to red, white, and blue land? So that whenever we buy it, it's going to...
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, and Hulk... and the Orange Hulk is talking about selling California to Denmark.
I mean, trade a very prosperous state for, a potentially mineral-rich island with native people there.
Yeah, and I'm like sitting here going, first of all, if that happens, I'll move to California.
And like
Same.
President Ross resigning because of the Hulk. Now that seems really ridiculous. It makes sense before the Trump era, but now it's like people will be like, "That's cool. I like the president as a Hulk." Yeah,
and I can see his voters wearing red hats. Make America make Hulk red again.
It'll be red Hulk fists.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know who the vice president was.
Yeah, we don't know that. Who's the president now? I don't know.
I mean, I said I hadn't seen a vice president this mysterious since the comic book series Prez.
Yeah. And it was like seeing the Secret
Service.
So
who was the vice president? I mean, I think that's kind of important to know.
Yeah, especially that they're now the president because he said he resigned. So it's like, okay, movie. Then you gotta show us the damn scene where he resigns. Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, we just get more exposition.
Yeah. Show us.
Also,
tell us.
That one girl who's like, she was like the inside man for Captain America.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who is she? Where did she? Was she in
I don't know her. Yeah.
shows? Like, it shows like they're friends and stuff. Like, but I don't think she's ever been introduced in the MCU, has she?
No. I've not seen her before.
Yeah, she's not even introduced. I mean, the things that need exposition, we get none. Like, what the hell? I mean, we get an exposition about, I don't know if you want to date him. He's 110 years old, and I'm like going, okay, we don't need that. But Bucky running for Congress, I think we need more explanation.
Yeah.
Agreed. Like, what drove him to become a politician?
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah. So it's just those things keep it from being a great movie and keep it from being a fantastic movie. It's annoying. Those things add up, and it's just like, okay.
Yeah. Because, man, if Bucky was if I lived in the district he was running in, I would run against him, because all you have to do for an ad is he killed the Starks.
Yeah. He started the Civil War with the Avengers.
Which caused Loki to cause mayhem and chaos, and Thanos.
Yeah.
He's responsible for the snap.
Congressman is like such a small thing. At least be senator. Senator makes kind of more sense. To be big, a bigger role. There's only 100 senators.
I know, and we don't know. Is it federal or state?
Yeah.
Office.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to be representative of Kentucky. Who cares? In the Kentucky legislature.
Oh God, I'm choking here.
I mean, no offense to Kentucky people or anything. I'm just saying, if he's running for a state house, don't care. Even federal house, don't care that much. All right, at least, because one representative isn't going to do much. A senator can do a lot.
Some of the crappiest legislation. Some of the crappiest legislation lately has been passed by one vote in the House.
Yeah. I mean, I guess another thing, too, is it's sad that so many people are just rejecting this movie outright because, he's a black man. And it's disgusting.
Yeah, a lot of it is just listening to people jump through hoops, trying to not say, I don't like this movie because Captain America's black.
Yeah. It's just
Have
gross.
you seen the Chinese marketing where they don't even have Anthony Mackie on the poster? It's just a shadow of Captain America.
That sounds like China.
Yeah.
They're pretty damn racist.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not confirming that. I'm just saying there's a lot more racism in other parts of the world than America. And America definitely has a lot of racism.
They didn't even do that for Black Panther.
I think we're actually still... Let me check to see if we're still okay in China. We might not be up to this podcast, but whatever. I don't care.
I don't care either. I mean, China knows they have race problems. I mean, they can choose to deal with it or not. It's not like any of us are going there anytime soon.
Yeah.
Hey, we enjoy your movies. So just put out the Neza movies on disc and 3D and all is good.
Yeah.
There, we're in good graces again.
All right. I don't got anything else to talk about this movie. I kind of want more, but I think we're good.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, folks. This just... We like it too much. We like it too much to really punch it out.
We
don't like it enough to praise it.
Yeah, it's not really interesting enough to talk about. It's just an okay movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I say good because 7's still a very positive number. It's not like it's a 5 or a 6. It's just not strong like an 8 or a 9.
I know, and it's almost a joke with me giving out 7s.
Yeah.
Because to me, it's fine. It won't kill you to watch it. But it's not going to excite you either, probably.
Yeah. It's just average action, like decent action, good acting. Kind of
it's worth seeing eventually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and here, like where I live, if you wanted to see it in 3D, you're SOL because it's already 2D only.
Yeah, I think here too.
I mean, it only played a week in 3D.
Yeah, I had a couple weekends in 3D. Oh no, we still got 3D screenings here, so I take that back.
Okay. I mean, there might be in Portland, but where I'm at, nope, it's only flat.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys got anything else you want to say or nah?
Yeah, I think we've covered it.
Bring on the Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
I hope it's better. It looks better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. With that, we'll wrap up this podcast. Thank you for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Before this podcast wraps up, I want to thank my super VIP patrons. Thank you, Alex Folk, Gravity Head Zero, and MK Ultra. So I got one quick thing to talk about. We have a merch store.
Woohoo!
We got t-shirts, we got tote bags, we got magnets, we got stickers, we got a little bit of everything.
Woohoo!
At this merch store, 3dr2d.com/store, you'll find many original designs and affordable prices. That website again is 3dr2d.com/store.
Woohoo!
You can find 3D or 2D on Facebook, X, Blue Sky, Instagram, YouTube, and more. Just look for 3D or 2D. Thank you for either watching or listening to this podcast. Bye!
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.